Hey, welcome to Dream Aloud with Kendra. It's a podcast for Black women who want to live limitless lives. Be inspired by others who have dared to step outside of their comfort zone to live their hopes and dreams and passions. Now let's get started because life is way too short not to live the way that you want.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
I have one of my clients here. She is a part of my Live Your Dreams 60-day private coaching program, Miss Kim Johnson Melton. I want to welcome her to the podcast and the live stream. And you don't want to miss what she has to say because Kim is a Jill of many trades and master of most of those. So she started out as a social worker and she always did real estate on this. Well, she did real estate for a long time on the side, as well as, the community and the family notary. She's done all of that and didn't charge anybody. She is the community cook, the family cook. We love to go over Kim's house and go to the center because she's serving food. She is the director of the Alfred R. Lundy Center, and I could go on and on and on about all the things that Kim does. When Kim came to me, she was struggling with actually getting paid for the things that she does well. She's been giving away all of her talents, and I've been a recipient of that too. But I mean, she does these things so well that, she really needed to get a new strategy and actually plan out how she can make a living out of that. But her social work was going well. She had lots of people under her doing well. And then she should have started her own job, her own career, her own business a long time ago. But she had to be released to her destiny during the pandemic to actually do that. Released to your destiny.
Yes, I was released.
So let's start there. So you were fired.
I was.
But you were always thinking about starting your own business anyway. Yes. And the minute that you were released to your destiny, what did you do? You stopped treating your job as a realtor and a notary as a hustle, as a side hustle. It's actually a real skill that can bring in great income. Correct?
Absolutely.
And so how has that been for you?
It's been great, actually. I was released from my job. It was very unfairly, but we won't go into all of that. I used to work for Atlantic Cape Family Support Organization.
And yes, tell them where you worked.
Oh, yeah. Yes, they released me from my bondage that I had my own self in. Mm-hmm. And while I was working there, I kept going back and forth about doing the mobile notary stuff and getting more involved in my real estate. And because that job kept me so busy with the youth group and everything else that I was doing there, mm-hmm. I couldn't really focus on the other stuff that I really wanted to do. So when they released me,
to your destiny.
Yes. Soon after the pandemic happened, I was unemployed. So I reaped the benefits of unemployment as we went through the pandemic process from January to August. And while at that time I finished my trainings that I had to do, changed real estate companies, went to a different real estate organization that was more my style, more my who could help me a little more, help me move forward more. So shout out to my new broker, Sammy Savage. We're at Century 21 Atlantic. And he's the best broker out there. I just want everybody to know that. I'm happy to be a part of their team. I'm trying to do my contribution to that organization now. And so I'm making steps, making moves to, do that. At the same time, I started my mobile notary business. And I had to get some training in and pay for some courses and do a bunch of other stuff. But while we were, locked down, I had the time to do all of that. And so I did. I got all my training in. I did all that. Got my state license and, did everything I needed to do to get my business up and running. So I became up and running in September of this year. So COVID has been hard on a lot of people, and we've lost a lot of people this year.
Yeah.
But it also has been a blessing to some people in disguise, and mostly just for like dealing or being more close to family. Some people never had time. You always running, and this made everybody kind of stop and look around.
Yeah.
And so while I was looking around, I decided I'm going to focus on what I want to do now, because I did put a lot of my energy and time and effort into my social work, and they didn't appreciate me. And so now I'm going to work that much harder, but for myself.
For yourself.
Yes.
So one of my favorite quotes is, opportunities of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. And so you did that. You invested in yourself because you were home. So instead of looking, well, you probably looked for a job. I'm not sure about that, but you actually took the time to do the training. You did not. So you decided that you were going to do
this is what I
what
wanted
you
to
should have done before.
Exactly.
But you took the time to invest in yourself and take the training so that you were certified and qualified to do the job and not him and ha. So that's one of the things that this pandemic has done for us. It's opened our eyes to, one, no, life is short.
Absolutely.
And two, if you have the opportunity to do some things that you weren't able to do because you were too busy doing other things, now is the time. So you also wrote a book.
I did. I wrote a book, Selling Secrets. It's just a real estate about selling your home.
It's not just selling your home.
It's about
You
selling
secrets.
It's information about selling your home and what you should do to get your home sold. And at this time, right now, is the best time actually to be trying to sell your home if that's what you want to do, because there's more people buying than it is houses inventory. So
it's a seller's market.
Seller's market, absolutely.
So basically, if you put your sign out on the lawn today, you may have a price war the next day.
Next week, next day, next year. There's so many people looking and there's not enough people selling. So this is the best time right now because it's a seller's market. And even to do refinance your house. The interest rates are so low.
Because the interest rates?
They're in the twos right now.
Wow.
So I do the mobile notary work, which I go out to people's homes and do the application so they can refinance. And as notary, I go there, or mobile notary, I go there and do the refinance packet with them. And I've seen interest rates as low as 1.9.
Depending on your credit score.
Yeah, depending on your credit score. But the average is in the twos.
Okay.
So 2.8, 2.4, that's the average. That's the going rate for a refinance. So if you're not selling, you definitely should be refinancing your house right now during this time.
And so they stand to save a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You can lower your monthly payments. You could change from a 30-year mortgage to a 15-year mortgage because the interest rate is so low. I've seen that done also. So yeah, this is a good time to be.
So what's the benefit of doing that? So you're finished faster.
You finish paying off your home in 15 years rather than 30 years. Then you own. Yeah.
And the price is almost, the mortgage is almost the same.
The same as what you was already paying, but you pay it in half the time.
So people who are on a debt-free mission.
Exactly. And we
If you're
all
on a
should be
debt,
on a debt-free mission.
if you're on a debt-free mission, if you're on a debt-free mission, then you might want to refinance. So, so besides home ownership and selling homes, what about the renters and the landlords? What's going on with that? So I hear that they've just extended the the stay or
Mhm.
moratorium till January 31st.
Yeah, and it probably will be extended again.
And again and again.
So it's giving people the opportunity to, it's supposed to give you the opportunity to like get your money together and save it, and so you could be able to pay your landlord. But you know, some people just ain't paying because they don't have to pay, and this is not going to continue forever. It's going to end. It has to end one day,
Mm-hmm.
and when it does, you know, then we're going to see a lot of people being evicted and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, if you have the opportunity to save now and pay your rent on, you know, catch your rent up and all that, this is what this is for. It's not to just not pay your landlord, but
Mm-hmm.
that's what we're seeing.
So is there help for renters and or landlords in this time?
Um, I believe in this new stimulus packet, they're trying to have something for landlords and renters that they're passing. So I don't know the details of what they're going to do, but I know it was something in it for landlords and renters because
Okay.
the government knows that once they stop this, people are going to be being evicted and stuff like that. You know, because the courts are backed up because some landlords can't afford for you not to pay because if you don't pay, that means they have to pay, you know, so it's the stress on everybody. Yeah.
And lots of work for you.
Well, either way, I'm gonna make some money.
You're gonna make some money and you're doing well.
Either way, I'm gonna make some money. So, and my other business that I started this year was with my Uncle Kelly, Kim and Kel's dumpster hauling service. So we provide a dumpster for your home if you're cleaning your yard or your basement, and we'll drop the dumpster in front of your door and come pick it up within 3 days or whenever you say. We also haul rocks and stone and anything like that for your yards and stuff like that in the spring and the summertime when you get ready to do your lawn and stuff. Give us a call and we'll come out and help you out, help you get the stuff to your house and put it there and everything else. So that's another business that I started, which is really my uncle is overseeing it. I kind of do the paperwork part. He does the labor work part. But you know,
So you're really on a roll since you have been released to your destiny.
to my destiny, and I'm going to take this opportunity to do what I always wanted to do: be my own boss. I hate that I waited so long to do it. I wish I would have did it when I was 40 instead of 50, but no, needless to say, it's being done.
And it's working. It's working.
It
It's
is.
working. So what do you say to people who are skilled, but they're holding on to that job, but they have a different dream? What do you say to them?
Let it go. Let it go. And the Lord, the Lord will make a way, honey. Trust and believe me, He will. Because when I left there, I didn't look back. I was upset because I felt like they just kind of took me for granted and everything. But when I look back at the whole how everything happened, I wouldn't have left if they didn't push me out because I was comfortable with my income and I was just afraid to step out there. So the Lord knows works in mysterious ways. So He had to just kick me out. They couldn't even give me a reason why they fired me. Didn't even have a reason. But it's legal in the state of New Jersey to let you go if they feel like it is. Yeah.
At
So
will.
at will. So that's the reason they gave me. And so sometimes, you know, I say, if you feel like you have a skill and you really want to do something, don't hold on to a job that you hate hate going to every day, and it's not worth it. You know, I didn't miss a bill. In fact, my credit score went up because everything was paid. And I was on unemployment from December to August, and I made sure everything was paid, and I paid off stuff with all the extra money I was getting from them. I didn't just waste it. I didn't go spending and buying stuff. I did what I needed to do.
You
And
had a plan.
exactly.
You had a plan. So that's where we get into building a strategy. If you know that you want to do something else, just don't up and quit your job.
Right.
Start making a plan. So you already had a plan. You were already doing some of the work that you're doing full time for yourself now. So
Right.
you just have the opportunity to do that. And so I've had jobs where the environment was toxic, and I went to this event, and the speaker was talking, sounded like she was talking about my position, the way that she had been living, and she left. So I went to talk to her after her presentation, and I was telling her what was going on, and she just stopped me and said, "Move on. Your job is done there." And I'm thinking, what do you mean? I have a car note, and I have this, I have that. I didn't say that to her, but that's what I was thinking. And inside, I was having this battle, like, I can't do that. I have to pay these bills, and I have a mortgage, and I have this, and I have that. And I finally did leave maybe 2 years later. And once I left and went to my new position, I was like, what in the heck was I waiting for?
Where are you waiting? Exactly.
And they had a saying there, and I just kept thinking about that. It's like you have to evaluate your position. You need to evaluate your environment. And the question was, are you actually making a difference, or are you just moving the furniture around on the Titanic?
Because you're singing.
So they were playing music, they were doing all kinds of stuff, and you're all upset, and it's time to move on.
Yep.
And so sometimes when you're at a point where you can't go any further, or the environment is toxic, take your talents somewhere else. And if you don't have any talents, get some.
Everybody has talents, though. You just got to figure it out.
Get some. And like you said, figure it out. Be entrepreneurial. I moved around. I had one incident where I called it hoops and carrots. You need a master's degree. I got one of those. You need this. I got one of those. So then I decided, so let me just figure out what I can get from them. They're getting something from me. Let's figure out what I can get from them, build my skills. And then I started working for myself in the evening, adjunct at the community college. I did the community learning initiative. That's my heart. So I do that for free, and I'd like to do that again. So, just following your dreams turns into a whole nother level. So
it's so much less stressful. Like, I make my own schedule. I do my own thing. I work as hard as I need to work, or I want to work, to get the income that I need. And I'm making just as much money as I was making before I left my other job. And I'm not even at my goal. Yep. You know what I mean? So, I feel so much less stress. And people just don't understand. You're holding on to something that you hate. You hate going to work every day. You hate it there. You don't like the people. Is making you crazy. Then you have to go home and deal with your family. Like, you could do something a whole different way if you just apply it somewhere else.
And are you building generational wealth? Yes, you are, at your old job for someone else. Now you can build generational wealth for yourself. Your grandchildren can come into the business if they want to.
That's right.
There's businesses that they can do. Or just by watching Lovey, they call her Lovey, not grandma. But just by watching Lovey was a business person. They may only remember that you worked for yourself. So they would see that as a norm and not as something that's new or something that's an anomaly. It's actually something that they would expect to do for themselves and
Right.
continue to build generational wealth. So let's
Exactly.
talk about stepping out of your comfort zone. So you took your trainings, you started working, and then you decided, I told everybody, I'm a coach, and you took a chance and decided to do the 60-day coaching program.
I
How's that
did.
been for you?
It's been great, Kendra, really. It's been life changing. And I'm not just saying that because I like you. I'm saying it because it's true. It really has been life changing. And I didn't really even, I knew when you said you was a coach and what you do or whatever, but at the time when you was talking to me about it, I was like, well, it sounds like some kind of therapy to me. And I know I need some therapy.
I'm like, no, it's not therapy. We
No.
have therapy partners if you want that. But the coaching, and when I explain to people, the coaching is you. I ask the powerful questions for you to reflect and make decisions and plans for yourself. And it's so much better when you make plans and decisions for yourself.
Yep. And when you the question, just the questions that you ask, like, I mean, you asking me to look at myself or just to tell you about me. And well, like I said to you, nobody's really ever asked me about me. Like they just think they know. I know that's lovely. We know, you never really kind of. So I really didn't know how to answer that question when you asked me, well, what is it that you want, Kim?
Mhm.
And how are you going to get it? You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And so I had to really look at myself when you asked me that. And I'm just so grateful that I was able to take your course, and it helped me define which way I was headed, and how to stay focused on where I'm headed, and look at the long run, look at, you know, what's going to happen in the future and down the line, and how I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
And so before I was just going day by day, and whatever I did today, I'll try to get in tomorrow and see if it works or whatever. But now I have a plan,
All right
and
now.
I know where I'm going. I know where I'm headed, and what I'm going to do when I get there. So
Personally and professionally.
exactly, exactly.
I want to see people live, work, and play their way. And so we're telling everybody, I have a coach, you have a coach. A
Mm-hmm.
coach is a really good way to start planning and putting your information out there to yourself, reintroducing yourself to yourself and being the authentic person that you should be. Because if everybody was authentic and their unique selves, the world would be a much better place. I'm
Yeah.
not a real estate agent, you are.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're the happy real estate agent in your personal and your professional life, then when I come to you as a client,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the best version of Kim.
Right.
I'm getting the best version of this professional that I need so that I can get my house at 2.1%,
Mm-hmm.
1.99%. And
Right.
so it's just helping everybody to be the best that they can be in their terms, on their terms. Happy success for you may not be success for me.
Exactly. Yes.
And
Because
so
so I was telling somebody about how I'm going to, you're my coach and what we've been talking about and stuff. And they're like, oh, Kim, you should be a coach because you always listen. I said, no, 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 that's not me. I'm not nobody's coach. Call Kendra. Y'all call Kendra if y'all need a coach. Kim, Lovey don't do coaching. Um, but you know, that's just not my thing. That's
mhm,
and I do, this is what I do. I'm doing real estate and I'm doing my notary work, and that's
mhm.
what I'm focused on right now,
And you set your goals
Right.
and you settle for the year. But I'm seeing that you're gonna have to set some new goals
Right.
within the first 60 to 90 days because you're rolling with it. So if you actually do the work, It works because you're working with yourself. You're the boss and you set everything up from planning to manifestation. It's all about what you want to do. Exactly. So what's next for you?
I'm just living my dream, and I want to do some traveling, and buy a couple of more properties. That's in the future. So I got some more futuristic goals out there. But definitely do some traveling. Like, we tired of sitting in the house and not being able to go nowhere.
Yeah, unfortunately, we may have another, like you said, another 3 to 6 months of that. Yeah. So we may have to do some more investing in ourselves and some more training in other places. That's okay. I see Barbara Cup is on here. Said, a true community servant. Love, Kim.
Thank you, Barbara. That's my buddy.
Yeah, we forgot to tell you, besides all of the things that we already told you about, Kim was on the school board. What else did you do? You did a little bit of everything.
Zoning board, Veterans Advisory Board, Hamilton Township. Yeah, I've been around.
And now you're doing some stuff for Kim.
And I love being a part of my community. I think everybody should take an interest in their community because, we all live here and work here. And so more people should be more involved in what's going on in your community. That's a big thing.
That's the Kwanzaa principle for today, Ujama. In your community. So it's all good. It's all good. And absolutely. like if you build your community, you're building yourself.
Yeah. Why would you want to live in a community you don't even know what's going on and you don't care, and you don't care about your schools or the people who work there, or you need to be involved. And I think everyone should be involved in their community at least some kind of way. Make it a point to know what's going on, know who your mayor is, just simple stuff. You don't have to be on the school board, but at least know who's on the school board. Know that there is a school.
Exactly. There is a school, and you do pay taxes, right? So you might want to know where your taxes are going.
Exactly.
And if the people that they are educating will be real citizens, or productive citizens, because your tax money is going to the proper place, the proper education that they need. I was just making sure no one had any questions. How do we get your book?
You could hit me on Facebook, or my email's k.melton@comcast.net. You can always email me and I'll get you over.
And you're on Facebook at Kim Johnson Melton, MELTON. Okay. And so that's the way they get in contact with you if they need a realtor as well?
Yes. Hit me up, honey. And I'm going to try to start putting a lot more information about real estate and everything on Facebook, and maybe do some live.
Broker will be very happy.
That's because my broker did tell me that people who look at my Facebook need to know that I'm a realtor, so Sammy, I'm going to make that happen.
So you're going to start doing some lives?
Yeah.
Informationals on what we need to know.
Right. What's going on. Yeah. I'll try to do something like that. And even with the community center, I'll try to, let everybody know what's going on there and stuff like that, since I can see I could use this platform for a lot of multiple things. So, well, maybe we'll try to use it for something more other than twerking.
Oh my goodness. You said other than twerking. Excuse me. Yeah, you can tell she's a grandmother. She's like, no, we don't want to do twerking. We want to be productive. Exactly. And we want to do some other things. So I am going to do it's really a 3-day retreat, Thursday, January 28th through the 30th. And at 1:30 on Saturday, I'd like to have Kim on a panel with 2 other people. So because she is a good example of what coaching programs do, and we're going to do a retreat. It'll be women. It's called She Comes Unmasked, which means we're taking our mask off and learning to be our authentic selves and setting a pivot strategy for ourselves.
Yes.
Hopefully you'll get to hear from Kim on the 30th. The cost of the retreat is normally $447. I've reduced it to 147, and you can bring a friend for $77. But if you book within 24 hours, so you have until 8 o'clock tomorrow to book, it will be $110 and still $77 for a friend. So I will post all of that later, but Kim is an awesome example of someone who just decided to take the leap, do what she needed to do, and then get into coaching so that you can actually build some big goals and exceed what you thought, and not be mediocre. We're not being mediocre anymore. We're stepping out. You're always working really hard for someone else. So why not do that for yourself? And even if you work for someone else, there is a personal side that you may want to improve on. There may be, you can be entrepreneurial in your job. And so when you work together, so this will be a team of women. We will take as many people as you like. It's a virtual retreat. So we will be on Zoom, but it'll be private. We won't be streaming on Facebook or anything like that. But you can come in and actually get a group coaching session. And we're just gonna break out those masks, throw them on the ground, and actually start working on our authentic selves and building a plan and a pivot strategy that works for you. So, Ms. Kim, I always ask everybody the same questions. What is your favorite quote?
The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but rising every time we fall. That was by Nelson Mandela. And I think that's so true. So you get fired for no reason, get your butt back up and do something else. Don't just lay there and wallow in it.
And the whole thing is, everybody fails at some point. It's an experience. You may have failed to do whatever you set out to do, but it's a learning experience. And the people who aren't afraid to fail are the people who end up being successful, because you're willing to fall and get back up. That's how we learn to ride a bike. I can watch you ride a bike all day.
Yep.
But until I get on the bike and fall down a few times,
exactly,
I'm never going to learn to ride the bike. I love that quote.
Yes. Love that
quote. So as you're going through your new business, if you fail at something, fall, so what? You learned another way to do something.
Another way to do something. Exactly.
And you're not going to fail at your business. You're going to be successful. But there'll be areas where you learn how to do something different.
You're going to run into bumps in the road if you live long enough.
We're going to keep that circle.
Of course.
Keep that circle, keep stepping out, keep doing things that you're afraid to do. Because once you finish, you're like, why didn't I do it sooner?
Why didn't I get on that hot air balloon?
You're going to get on a hot air balloon.
Oh, no.
So this is our 2 for Tuesday. So Kim is the second interview for Tuesday. So we talked to Marianne Malloy at noon today. And we were talking about ballooning, hot air ballooning over Egypt, over the Valley of the Kings. And Kim was like, I'm going to Egypt, but I'm not getting on a balloon. And so,
no.
And so some fears you need to conquer and some are not necessary. So like, I'm not getting on a camel. Here I was in the Middle East. I'm not doing the camel thing. I waited for everyone, but I got on the balloon. So I'll take your picture while you're on the camera and you can wave to me from the ground while we're on the balloon. So Delma asked, is there an age limit for the retreat? No, it's just women. She's come unmasked. We want everybody to be authentic. There, you put on your tap dance shoes and you got the mask for work. You got the mask to fit in over here. I just want to show up as me everywhere I go.
Yeah, be yourself.
Be yourself. Show up as you. And sometimes you have to start your own business so that you can show up as you.
Be who you are. Yeah. Be who you want to be.
Yeah. And renew who you are. Renew what you've done.
Take a look at yourself.
Get a new view.
Like Kendra made me do. Take a look at yourself.
I didn't make you do that.
Yeah, you did.
You chose to do that.
I chose it, but I didn't know to do that is what the thing was. And you helped me. So I really appreciate you.
Yeah. So as a group, we are going to do that. You can share if you want, not share if you want, but you will get the essence and leave there with a plan to jumpstart fulfilling your passions. You can actually align your purpose and your passion with the things that you plan to do for 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know if there are any other questions. Try to see if there are any questions for Kim, our real estate extraordinary agent. Yeah, because I really think that there's a good good opportunity for streaming and talking to us about what we should be doing next and preparing for real estate. Because real estate is a way to build wealth, generational wealth.
Generational wealth, absolutely.
And I'm thinking about, we have these grandparents. You're living in grandmom's house, keep it if you can, especially if it's already paid for. Find the money to pay the taxes.
That's right.
Don't just give it away.
Keep it.
If you don't want to live there, that's fine. But keep it.
Rent it out. Let somebody else live there.
Rent it out. And if you're around here, Kim also does that too. So you
Call
do
Tyrone
property manage it.
Call Tyrone to fix it and I'll rent it. So.
Yeah. So you're the property manager. You never have to see your renters. Kim will show your property. She will get on them when they're late. Well, after the pandemic, she will get on them when they're late. She will help you to evict if you need that, or work with your client. They don't even have to know who you are. So she's actually, you've been doing that for a while for a couple of people, and I am now your customer as well in that area. I don't want to see my client. I don't want to see my tenants. I don't want to do anything. I just want to work with Kim because she does the thing. You do the lease.
The lease.
You do everything. So all I have to do is make sure things are paid and repairs happen when they should.
Yep.
So you should check out Kim if you do own a rental property. And if you're looking for a house,
call me.
Call Kim. Call her. She's full-time now. You have her attention. And don't forget, the interest rates are really low. So now is the time. So like you said, there's more buyers than there are houses. So I assume that people need to be patient.
And be patient, but also you can't just be dragging your feet about it. Like, you got to see 10, 12 houses and go back to the first one because you might not have time.
Be there.
Won't be there. You know what I mean? So you have to really know what you want.
So they should have some type of checklist and things that they want, and only look at the houses that meet that checklist and not waste your time because you could get to the party, you could be tardy for the party. And when you roll up, they're pulling up the sign and it's too late to even look at it. Okay. Are there any questions for Kim? I think they're happy. They're watching. Everybody's watching. And so there was just the age limit for the retreat. I will put the link up for the retreat. I will also put Kim's email, and she is tagged in the announcement here. So if you need real estate help or notary help, or if you have a property that needs to be rented and you don't want to see your tenants, then Kim is your person. Do you help with people who are looking for a place to rent? Do you help renters as well? So if you are looking for a place to rent, you can work with Kim as well. I wasn't sure about that one. So the last question that I have for you is one that I ask everybody, and it's on whose shoulders do you stand?
Oh, wow. I guess I stand on, well, probably starts with my great grandmother, Helen Bowler, and then my grandmother, Dorothy Johnson, who stood on Helen Bowler's shoulders, and then my mother, Valerie Johnson, who stood on Dorothy Johnson's shoulders. And so there I stand on Valerie Johnson's shoulders as the next generation. And I'm sure the generation before my great grandmother was even stronger.
Standing on her shoulders.
But I am standing on my mother's shoulder. And, she left me very early in life, but she's still right here. And I think of her every day, daily.
How old were you when she left you?
She left me when I was like 31, something like that. She was only 51 or something.
Yeah.
So
and it makes you a different person, right?
Yeah.
Because my mother passed when I was 22. And so there's lots of people around you, lots of wonderful people. And I appreciate their help, but they're not your mom.
Not mama.
And so the whole thing is, life is short. But I don't know about you, but when you lose a parent when you're young, it allows you to remember that life is short. And so you tend to do some things that other people may be still waiting to do, but you never know. So with this pandemic, we can see what's going on, and we still see that life is even shorter and not guaranteed. You can it's just in your face now. Yeah. So the whole thing is to do what you can, stay masked up. Now we want to stay masked outside, but we want to be our authentic selves behind that facial mask. But we don't want to wear the fake mask. And just remember that, they're watching. So we know that your mom is watching, and the things that she missed, you're collecting that too. So I want everything that I deserve, everything that I don't deserve, everything that my mother and my mother's mother may have missed or didn't have the opportunity to get, I'm going to get it.
Yeah. I wish she could have met this Kim. You know what I mean? I wish she could have been here. But like you said, she sees me. So.
She sees you. She sees you, and all is well. All right, everyone. Trey Sean said she'll be in touch.
Okay.
All right. Call me, and she'll be ready. Call her. She'll be ready. Are there any other questions? Because Kim has been in real estate. How long have you been in real estate? For years.
12 years, yeah.
About 12 years. And so now, she's not new. She's not new to real estate. No. She's just new to being her own boss and being a full-time agent.
Right.
Okay. So I just want to remind you guys, the retreat, if you're a lady, there's no age limit, but for 24 hours, you can get your ticket for $110 and bring a friend for $77. After that 24 hours, it's going back up to $147. And then on January 5th, the price will go up again. But you can always bring a friend for $77. So Barry said, excellent, ladies. Thank you, Barry. Are there any other questions? You don't want to miss when Kim starts doing her live. You want to check it out because it will be real estate related and you want to be prepared. So start working on getting that debt down. When you reduce your debt, your credit score goes up.
Yep.
So you saw the person that was at a 1 point something percent. That means they had an excellent credit score.
Excellent credit score.
Don't be upset if you get 2.5%. It's still lower than what you had. Let's go with the 2.5 and then be ready for the next time. So you just really want to be ready to seize these opportunities. And when they remove the moratorium for evictions, when there's people who didn't save their money or do what they were supposed to do, then those who have prepared can be ready to actually build more wealth by getting more rental properties or a home that you want to live in that you may not have been able to afford just last year.
Yeah.
So whenever there's a shift, there's pain, there's discomfort, but there's also opportunity.
Absolutely.
And I know sometimes opportunity is inconvenient, but you have to find a way to seize the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Any last words, Miss Kim, before we leave?
No, just that I love you, Kendra. Thank you so much.
I love you too. I'm glad that you
call Kendra.
Call me. I'm glad that you joined me. And actually, I decided I wasn't going to just, sell to my family and friends, but I posted it. And she goes, "What kind of coaching are you doing?" And so I'm helping at the community center. And that's how we got together. And I am glad that you are happy with the results. I am looking forward to watching you soar. Like I said, she has a year plan, and I know she's going to hit it in the next 60 or 90 days. Just a little tweaking, talking it out, and setting new goals, bold goals. Don't just settle for the least that you can do. She's got bold goals, and she's going to make them. All righty. We don't have any more questions.
Okay.
I thank you so much for joining. You survived the interview,
which means
yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it's just us talking. And so you know that I'm looking forward to you starting your Facebook lives or your Instagram lives or wherever you're going to be streaming. And you're going to have good information, because don't think I'm just coaching her. I'm finding out information. I'm asking her questions. I'm her client as well for real estate. And I've learned a lot.
Thanks,
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining. See you on the next Second Acts.
Thank you for listening to Dream Aloud with Kendra. If you like the show, leave a review and tell a friend. I also invite you to join our Dream Aloud Facebook group, where we encourage and challenge our members to step outside of their comfort zone and live limitless lives. I guarantee you will experience true fulfillment when you live, work, and play your way.